What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. How are you? It is Vlogmas day 13 and today we are going to do a little talk about
romance at Christmas.
The Grimwade Family actually showing real life despite social media feeding us all that real hype. We just some real guys trying to give some high definition to reality. Family acrobatically juggling life, smothered in cracks to avoid eternal casualty trust. It ain't easy, but teamwork make the dream work. It's me, Ella, Hezzy, Hosanna, Harper and Hallie, and I ain't forget that has a rage and the family.
Okay guys, so I think for a lot of couples, Christmas time can be a very romantic, lovey-dovey time, but it can also be quite a stressful time.
Of course.
And I was just thinking about it earlier and I was thinking, why is that? Why is it sometimes like you have this whole big idea of, oh, it's Christmas day and we're together and it's going to be lovely, and then it all goes down the pan. And you like have like a massive argument, like the biggest one of the year or something like that. I don't know. Like, I think that's probably.
I think we famously had arguments around Christmas. So
I think that's why it was in my head, because I thought over time, you know, of course we've experienced Christmas being married and not married, but like when we weren't married, I think at the end of the day, you know, the big part of your day would be meeting up with each other, and you'd be like, oh, I can't wait.
That's when you don't live in the same house, right?
Yes, of course. But then, of course, when you are married, you see each other all the time. But it's like,
get out of my face! No.
No, never that. But it's like you both have your separate ideas of how you see the day kind of going, and of course you discuss it beforehand. But then on the actual day, you know, from a number of different outside influences, whether it's you know, my mum came round and she wanted to do this, or his mum came round and she wanted to do that, and these are all just things plucked out of the air. But like, oh, well, this didn't run to plan, that didn't run to plan, and I thought we was going to sit down, and you sat on the other side of the room, and
no, these are couple like arguments. If you're in a relationship, you'll know about these kind of arguments. Like, oh, why did you go like that when you should have gone? You knew I didn't like that. Whatever, bitty, stupid things. But I was thinking about things like, as well, the financial pressure to buy gifts for not only like each other but your friends and your family, and like especially when you got kids as well. Christmas is that time where it's meant to be dope for them. Do you know what I mean? They're meant to live their dreams at Christmas. Like, everybody knows all year round, obviously birthdays, but then Christmas is the next one.
Yeah, of
and
course.
You're looking forward to that, like, come on, Christmas. So you don't want to let no one down. And obviously, if you're in a financial struggle, which we definitely have been in a few million times. I've got something in my beard. Could you keep looking at my beard, blood? I'll let you off then. So, and because of that, you know what I mean? I will say that we've been pulled out of that, like, miraculously nearly every Christmas I've ever known. Like, I go towards Christmas like, how are we gonna make this work?
How are we gonna do Christmas this year?
Like, and we always go to say, because we've stopped buying presents for one another. And in an ideal world, maybe we would still, we'd go and we'd go crazy or whatever. But when the finances are stretched, you need to look at what's important, and to be honest, I know the girl loves me because she still does my washing, do you know? Like, there's no more love than that, because that is monotonous and long and never ending. You're unempowered.
When you
but at the same time, we're like, oh, but the kids need stuff, so
you prioritize them, don't you?
Because it's got to be fun for them.
And
like
also, one thing that I found is, especially as couples, sometimes a gift out of the blue throughout the year and not expecting it can sometimes be more of a like, oh wow, that was so thoughtful of you, than Christmas and everyone knows, you know, you've got to give that gift. So I think we kind of eliminate that pressure, which is cool.
100.
But so like, why going back to the couples thing, I know, like, why do so many arguments come up, and talking to the thing of, oh, you know, well, I was expecting you to act like this way and you were supposed to act like this. Like, I think, like, the ideal that you have and what you want to achieve on Christmas Day kind of definitely has to be agreed. And I mean, for us, I think
prior to the
to
day.
That's it. And I think we've kind of, I don't know if we've definitely said it, but we've got this thing where Christmas Day, like Tim was saying, is about the children. So let them have all their presents and their excitement and whatnot on Christmas Day. Not saying that we won't enjoy each other, but I think especially as our family's grown, I'm so busy cooking.
That's what I was going to say. There's things to do, like, and if you're cooking, then the kids need to be watched and entertained and rah. And although they do a lot of entertaining themselves, not Hazariah. Do you know what I mean?
Having 5 of them.
100. But the young ones still need an eye on. Do you know what I mean? Like Hezi, Hosanna, and Hallie are probably going to be cool even if you just leave them in a room with very little.
Precisely.
But
Harper and Hazariah are still asleep.
Every now and again.
Parents do
It's funny that.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we kind of now get that more chill out time on Boxing Day usually, don't we? Well, we'll be like, kids, grab all your stuff. We're gonna sit down now and cuddle up on the sofa, kind of thing. But yeah, I think if I think back on our Christmases before we were married, I think the only time that I was majorly disappointed was the Christmas day, the Christmas before we got engaged.
I wonder why this was.
Where I was expecting Tim to propose to me on Christmas Day, and I think he gave me a digital camera or something. And I was like, and it came in like a box, of course. I thought, oh, he's been clever. It's going to be a bigger box with a smaller box inside. And I opened it, and it was just a digital camera, and it even had the plastic seal over it still. So I was like, darn it, it's not even like a box that's already be opened. Oh man.
You literally had the hump with me. That like in fact, in the space between Christmas and when I did propose which was New Year's Eve or New Year's Day?
No, it was like the 2nd or 3rd of January, because I then thought he was going to do it.
Yes, you're right.
Because I then again thought he was going to do it on New Year's Eve, and you didn't.
We know where it was. It was a gig called Geo Live. I was still rapping then, and me and Jahazo was still headlining shows and stuff like that, so we were on the bill there, and
I mustn't even make it to my own proposal. Yeah, my good friend Nadine, who knew that he was going to propose, so I was still like, I still had the hump with him days after Christmas. I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to go to the concert. She was like, oh, just go, babe.
I think you should go. I think you should go.
I was like, fine, I'll go in a tracksuit. He's like, no, put some jeans and some heels, I was like, oh, okay then. But yeah, so that was the last Christmas that I remember really having the hump with you because of something like present-wise, do you know what I mean? But after that, the best gift you could give me was your love.
Isn't she so sweet? But yeah, man, like, and it's crazy to think like that was nearly 10 years ago now.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like, we are getting old. Like.
Time just flies. Time absolutely flies. You make plans when you first get married, and before you know it, you're at that 10-year mark, which we're going to be at next year. Yeah. So how many Christmases would we had together? 9, I think.
Yeah, 9. This will be the 10th.
Yeah, this will be the 10th one. So, wow, it's a big one. Is it? What do you do to celebrate your 10th Christmas together? Yeah. Don't have an argument, I would say. That is the best
That's
thing.
what we'll be aiming towards. So
I think last year I can't actually remember like any sort of major fallout. But I think that was down to, again, the whole thing of let's make it about the kids and let's enjoy ourselves mainly on Boxing Day. So we just try to make sure that we have that special time in the morning when the kids come up and they open their presents on the bed. We really feel the love between each other then, because we've experienced that for so many years by ourselves as individuals, and then to like look across the bed and it's me and you and all the children in between. That's crazy. A lovely moment.
It is.
And then from then on, we don't really meet up again until the evening.
Yeah, that's what. This is how it goes in our house. If like after you get out of your bed, you literally go like that. Yeah. And then reconvene in the bed at the end of the night, and that's how it goes. Like, that's why when we were talking to you about being stressed of not being able to, come together, nighttime activity and all that, is because usually that's coming back. That's when you get to embrace, that's when you get to talk and holler and all that. Yeah. So it's important.
No, but we definitely try as much as we can after all the festivities on Christmas Day to make sure we come back together at the end of the night.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I just think that the main thing you could do as a couple is try to deviate from all the traditional stresses of like presents, of like even it can come down to whose family we're going to spend it with, like you just try and think outside the box and do whatever works for you guys.
And also in our family, like that is a huge stress in itself. Like we don't allow it to be a stress, but I'll call it a potential stress then, because we have to arrange so many things, and people who know us, and I know there's going to be people watching, they're going to be like, Tim and Ella aren't the best at making plans or all that kind of stuff, and they're usually late for stuff and rah rah rah, and we are, but I just feel like you say, like that traditional time where a certain way of being, I don't know why I'm flinging myself, must be inbuilt anger over all these. No, but yeah, like those inbuilt traditions, like that you feel just because that's the way society does it, and that's the way everyone does it. When you talk to your friends, where are you going? I'm going to my uncle's, I'm going to my aunt's, I'm going, you know, on Christmas Eve we do this, and you feel like if you ain't regimented like that, then you're dropping off. But you're not necessarily dropping off. You might just want to do it your way, and that's okay sometimes. Do you know? Especially when, you know, the Bible says, you know, when you leave your mother and father, you cleave to your wife. Do you know what I mean? You cleave to your husband, come together, and you do your thing. Like it's a new unit. Like it's a new unit. So, you know, and that's not saying you just dash them away. And,
no, definitely, of course not.
You know, the trash can, but yeah, you start to make new traditions.
Yeah,
within.
totally.
I always remember Uncle Pat and Auntie Rose saying about that. I swear they said about making new traditions and making it your own and rah rah rah. And that's sometimes what happens after you get married.
Get married and start your own home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, let us know, guys, what you do to make your Christmas romantic.
Yes, please.
Whether you tend to try and keep everything very traditional, or whether you go totally in the other direction and just do your own thing. Yeah, put it in the comment section below. Yeah,
and even if it is romantic, like, do you know what I mean? Because I know some guys out there might not even celebrate it. Do you know what I mean? We celebrate it obviously because although we know on a timeline it probably wasn't when Jesus was born, because anyway, it's another story. We use that as a time to celebrate Jesus' birth, because just like, you know, any kind of celebration, the time of it is not really that important. No. It's that you celebrate it. Yeah. So yeah.
So when I miss your birthday next year,
then you're in problems. No, I'm playing. I don't care one bit. So.
No, I'm joking. Okay, cool. Well, should we wrap this one up, baby boy?
Yes, baby girl. All right, love you guys, and we're gonna see you real soon. Happy Vlogmas Day 13. Bye bye.
Bring it on,